All right, guys. So it's time for my update on my other classes from my first trimester of grad school slash film school. I should have done these updates like weeks ago, but I didn't, and now we're here. But 2020, uploads will be a lot better. Thumbs up for 2020. Thumbs up for 2019 too. It was a good year for me. But anyway, so my directing one class. We'll go with that one first. So that class was awesome. It was my favorite class of, I guess, my grad school classes. Yeah, so it was my favorite course I took this first semester for fall 2019. And man, it was just really awesome, man. Like, I really loved the passion that the professor had. And I felt like he really taught us a lot. He definitely taught me a lot. Just like how to talk to actors, how to approach things, how to think outside of the box. You know, like if something doesn't make sense, maybe go with it. It might work. That's a class I really freaking loved. I was always happy going into the directing class. We had some fun exercises where we would, like, each of us took a turn. We were basically cut into teams of three. I think one team had four. It might have been my team that had four. But we were basically, cut into different teams of four groups of three and one of four. And, we took turns every week. One person would pick a script from some movie that was made in some point in time. And the rest of us would act it out with their direction. And, it was fun. We all took turns doing it. It was great. I got to do a little acting, some shitty acting. But, I got to do a little acting. And then I got to direct myself. I picked Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back for mine. And it went well. Like the homework assignments weren't that bad. I remember our first project we did, it was called a oneer. Basically just like make like up to like a minute or 2 minute clip of, no cuts, just continually moving the camera, following the eye lines of the character that you want as your protagonist, stuff like that. Sorry, I know the camera's shaking a lot right now, guys. I'm just literally holding it on my hand. But for that class, I felt was really good, really rewarding. I mean, I felt all my classes were rewarding, but this is a class I was always happy to go to. It was a class where I really felt connected with the professor well. It was just a blast, And then I'm gonna put the last three classes. I know I gave my screenwriting one class a separate video, but since I was a goofball and I didn't make these videos weeks ago like I should have, I'm just gonna pack all three of these last classes into this one video and get ready for a better 2020 of uploads. So my next class what else did I take? Producing class. That was freaking awesome too. To me at first, producing class, like all the information we were getting and the notes I was taking, I was looking at them, reading it over, listening to what the professor had to say, and I'm like, oh my god, like I can't freaking do this. I cannot do this shit. There's way too much going into producing. Until I actually did it. Recently, my fellow classmates and myself, we all shot our first films. Well, I still got to direct the one that I'm supposed to direct, but the one that I wrote and produced, we shot that one. Anyway, we shot all our first films, the month of December, some people bleeding into January, and I did the producing thing. And it wasn't that bad, it was cool. Like, when I was sitting in class, listening to all the information, copying my notes, reading over my notes, like I was like, wow, like I don't know if I could do this. I think this might be too much for me. But then when I actually did it, when I actually physically did it, when I actually made phone calls, sent emails, looked at prices for different things like lunch and stuff for like craft services, snacks and all that shit. Like when I was actually in the motions doing the things that producers do, I felt so much better about it. I was like, yeah, I like this. I could do it. Because at first, being in a classroom and having not done it at all, I was just thinking the worst. Like, this just sounds like crazy, But when something is unfamiliar to you, you tend to overthink things and create scenarios in your head of your failure and shit. At least I do sometimes. But I actually did it and I liked it. I think I want like a second, maybe even a third crack at truly producing, and I might decide like, hey, I might want to do this as my concentration for this course. Because I came in here thinking, I think I want to direct or screenwrite. Producing wasn't on that list. It was low on the list. And after actually doing it, I'm like, one 1 or 2 more times of actually doing it, and I think I could decide if I really want to make this my concentration or not. If I want to do it more, because it was fun. It was stressful at times. Boy, let me tell you, it was stressful. But it was fun. And I think my professor as well, my producing professor, was freaking awesome. You know, there was a couple of times where I was really stressing and I was unsure about things, and you know, he talked me through things. He said, hey, listen, this is all you got to do. I'll show you how to do it. He showed me, and listen, now I know how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's really nice to have a professor that cares about you and cares about the well-being of his students. You know, besides, you know, he did this before. He was a new guy before. You know, he's been doing this for years and years now, but he was a new guy before. He knows how it is to, you know, not know what you're doing at first and like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? I don't know how to do it. You know, he talked me through it. He showed me the ropes. It's fun. It's awesome. I really do like producing, even though I only did it once, but still. Now, the last class, wasn't really my favorite class. I could freaking care less about this class. It was more theory type class. What was it called? The Art of Storytelling. Yeah, that's what it was. Art of Storytelling. It was cool. Personally, for me, I felt like it could have been like a college undergrad class, but that's just me. You know, basically we just went over the theory of different things in movies and stuff. I understand it as a grad student, still going through it, you know, like, you know, what if you never took this type of stuff in undergrad? You got to know it. You got to learn it. Be familiar with it to some degree, you know? So I understand the importance of the class. I appreciate the importance of the class. It just wasn't really my jazz. What the hell do people say? It wasn't really my thing, you know? So every week I was just like, I freaking hate this class. I don't want to go. Obviously I still went. The class involved, you know, we wrote like 3 essays. I was doing a PowerPoint for in place of my final essay, but I couldn't make it to the class, so I wrote up a quick essay real quick in place of that, you know, because I couldn't make it to the final class because of like shit going on. But anyway, that class, you know, the professor was great. Don't get me wrong. I did not like the class, but the professor was very knowledgeable. The professor knows her stuff. She really knows her stuff. And yeah, I'm just happy that class is over, you know, like shit, I couldn't stand that fucking class. But, you know, now, you know, that pretty much wraps up my first trimester. Yeah, we go by trimesters, not semesters in this course. My first of 6 trimesters in this 2-year course. So I actually did it, man. I can't believe it. I actually did a freaking a semester or a trimester of grad school in film school. Like, wow. Now that I'm a semester deep in, a semester completed, it's like, dude, like, you know, like, where do I go from here? You know, like, I think these next trimesters are going to come pretty quicker than I think. But we'll see. I'm going to try to soak it all in and enjoy it while I can before the time flies by. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell happened? But yeah, that's pretty much my update for those last 3 classes. I'm going to bring this video to an end, this update to an end. But yeah, my uploads for 2020, they're going to be much better. Much better. I'm going to try to produce them better. I'm going to try to make them all look cooler and shit. Maybe stop using my iPhone. I still use my iPhone for a while, but maybe I might switch over to just like a regular handheld camera or something. I don't know. But they're going to be better updates, better videos. So until next time, it's a wrap. See y'all later.